Hello everybody, Carole Irby-Gray in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Okay, welcome back. I just went and uploaded the video on YouTube so you can check it out. It was about preparing the poured paint work area. Okay, here we go. It's getting late in the day here. I don't have a watch, I don't have jewelry on because like I said, I'm going to be pouring a painting and it's rather messy. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I want you to see exactly what I have to go through. I'm going to move along fast. Don't try to take notes or anything like this because if you've never done this before, you won't have time to figure all that out. So just watch me today. And I'm going to have a white background. So what I'm going to do, I'm using paint that I get from Anita's all-purpose acrylic painting that I get from Hobby Lobby. I label my cups because some have silicone and some don't. What I'm doing 2 parts paint today and 1 part Floetrol. Get in the habit of putting the lids on your paint so that if you knock them over, you will just pick them up. Here's black. This is going to be my negative space. That means it's going to go on top of my canvas. So it's not going to have silicone in it because you want a solid canvas coverage area without cells popping up. So all I'm doing with it is 2 parts paint and 1 part Floetrol. Let me put a little bit more in there. Okay. Alrighty, and same with the white. Let me add a little bit more because it's not going to be quite 2/3 and 1/3. Okay, but for me today, you also get the gist of how I do it. Okay, so there is my white. The white is going to have silicone because it's going to be in the areas. Silicone purchased at Hobby Lobby. 1 squirt. Don't go crazy on the squirts, and then put your cup aside and put a paint stick in it, and it's ready to stir. Black is going to cover the canvas and be the negative spaces, so it does not have silicone in it today. Put it right there and put a paint stick in it. I check it off because it's quite a list. I'm checking off my white in between layers with silicone, my black negative space with no silicone. Okay, these are 6-ounce cups. The green is going to be a seafoam green. However, same thing, Anita's paints, purchased at Hobby Lobby. It's actually called a light turquoise. Okay, so, you know, turquoise is turquoise, but they have seafoam. Some of them call them seafoam green, some of them call them turquoise light, turquoise medium, turquoise dark. Just on and on and on. You get where I'm going with this. Wherever you purchase it, they call it something different. Okay, turquoise, 1 drop of silicone, and a paint stick. Okay, same thing with this. I call it persimmon. It actually is called orange arenado. I'm not really sure about the pronunciation. It's persimmon. Go to your Hobby Lobby and find a paint that looks like a persimmon. I have so many childhood stories, so I'm not going to get into that. Okay? 1 silicone. Okay? But I remember eating persimmons in Van Cleve, Mississippi. Okay, and we will go ahead and go a gold 2/3 paint. And I think it would just add a shimmer of a cool summer color. This is going to be kind of a Caribbean style painting. So I had 2 drops in there. Okay, so let me get the Floetrol. I should have got the Floetrol. Okay, I will be using a cutting torch to heat the paint and to allow the cells to form. So all of this stuff is flammable. This is purchased from Home Depot. It is Floetrol, Floetrol, 2 parts paint, 1 part Floetrol, 2 parts paint, 1 part Floetrol. The black does not have silicone in it, cover the background area, but it does get the Floetrol. The Floetrol helps it move easily and glide easily. And I can tell once I mix these up if I have enough Floetrol. The thinner the paint, the easier the flow. This is probably going to get several paintings. Okay, so next step, I'm going to come back and I'm going to stir all the paints very thoroughly. What I was going to tell you a while ago about the cutting torch and the Floetrol, always make sure that you put your caps back on your paints. I have my back French door open here. I have AC on. I think I'm going to flip it and check it and make sure to get proper ventilation in here. Okay, I can tell by the gold it's going to be a little too thick. Some paints are different. You will learn that as you mix them up. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little more Floetrol to it. I will keep the lid off until I see. I may have to add it on some of the others too. And I just love doing this. You never know what the paintings are going to look like. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos. A lot of really good painters on there doing this. I don't have any of their names written down to give them any credit, because you like to just give credit as they, like if you use a reference picture from someone, you're just using it to reference, and you may be changing it 1,000 different ways, and they wouldn't even know, they wouldn't recognize it as being their photo. But anytime you use reference material, you always give the person the credit that you're using from. Okay, so there are a couple of girls in there that I've saved their channels and I really like them. And sometimes I'll jot down, I'll say, oh, did they use Floetrol, or did they use silicone, or did they use glue, or did they use, there's hair products that make nice cells that has the, I'm not sure what the word is, diethylmethahydrone or something in it. Okay, so the orange is pretty good consistency. Okay, so anyway, it's very expensive to do all this. I'm stirring the black with the Floetrol right now. Keep in mind the black is going to form the negative space. So it does not have any silicone in it. We don't want big silicone cells in it. Okay, we want it very thin. If you watch my YouTube videos, you know that I'm a fast painter. I will be uploading my painting finished with Charlie, my son-in-law. Okay, it's way too thick. And this is going to make more than one painting. I'm just going to show y'all one painting today. And then probably tomorrow I do two 11x14s with the leftover paint. Or maybe 2 8x10, just a pen. And as I showed you earlier in the video that I shot, I do have a white canvas pad on top of the white paper in the 24x36 overflow pan for a hot water heater. And I've got my papers in there. Okay, since there's no silicone in here and I want it to go ahead and be drying while I mix the rest of the paints up, I just think it's a little too thick. I don't like it thick. Because then what happens when it dries is thick. It takes, they say to let them dry 3 weeks anyway. Gosh, I've had them, I haul them out on my back porch every morning. I bring them in the afternoon. If it rains, I have to go and move them and bring them back and put them in and store them in boxes. Okay, so it's certainly not that you would learn overnight. And anyway, what I will do, if I can, if I stir your interest in any way and you want to learn to do this as I get better, I will be doing classes. I have 25 beautiful paintings now that when the foyer calls me, I will go ahead and put them on a wall in the foyer. Okay, you can see the consistency. I'm going to say that if you were melting chocolate to dip strawberries, my granddaughter and my daughter and my grandsons do that. This is about the consistency I used to have it to dip my homemade truffles and things. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my stir stick on this piece of paper right there. And I'm going to just pour this around. This is going to be my negative space around my canvas. It's going to save my beautiful paints from running off the side. I have the box over here where I put the paints, so I don't drop them over and spill them. Okay, so what I'm going to do, these are 6-ounce cups. I'm going to puncture a hole in the bottom, and I'm going to cut the bottom around. Going to cut the bottom out of 3 of the cups. And what this is going to be, instead of pouring in the top and flipping it over, I'm going to position the cup where I want it, okay, on my canvas. And then, okay, let me show you. If you get something on it, you got to blow something off. Okay, I had a piece of plastic on there. I didn't want to blow it in my paint. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut 3 cups. I think I'll do 3 cups. Instead of flipping the cup over, I'm going to pour from the top. Your heaviest paints will soak to the bottom real quick, so they will be mixing with colors that they're adjacent to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put white in between my layers, okay, to keep the colors from muddying with each other. And that's just something I came up with. Little things you'll learn. And that's why when you watch people, you will learn from them. Okay. 3rd cup, 6-ounce cups. I probably have about 5 ounces in each. I think these are 8-ounce cups. That won't matter for your sake today because you're not fixing to do this painting, but for my own sake and for my next tutorial, I will verify the ounces. I have thrown the package away. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I've got my cups cut. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to spread the black paint around. It's going to help my beautiful colored paints to stay inside of my surface area instead of running off. And of course, whichever ones run off, I have the drop cloth underneath that I told you about earlier. So that will become my jewelry and my paint skins. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do, I think I will position one here, and one here. What about here? I will drag these this way. I'll drag this one this way. And I will drag this one that way. Okay, let me move this down a little bit more so you can see. Okay, I want to make sure that I've got all my paintings done, and I think that I am going to be finished with the Floetrol. Where's the Floetrol lid? If you're anything like me, I'm a little ADHD. Oh, here it is right here. So I have to try to keep everything together and right by me, or I will never find it. Okay, put the lid on the Floetrol, because I will be using a cutting torch here shortly. And let me go ahead and find the little device that I start the little flicker thingy that I start my cutting torch with, because I don't want to be looking for it right here when I need it. Okay, so I'll put that on the cutting torch. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I have all the colors mixed up. Since the first color that I pour in there will be going and mixing with black, I don't want to use orange, because orange mixed with black will make a dirty gray color or a dirty green mossy color. And it's not very pretty when it runs through your paintings. These are things you'll learn. If you're artists already, you probably know that. Okay, I shouldn't have any problem. The gold and the turquoise side by side will probably be fine. I think these paints may be a little too thick. Okay, and the orange, I'm gonna try to keep the orange next to the white. I'll put white below the orange and on top of the orange. How does that sound? It'll be real pretty. And it will keep those colors from muddying. will start to form. And the white and the black together will just make gray. Okay. I think I'll go seafoam next. Gonna pour down the side. Let it run to a puddle. Not go all the way around. I would go seafoam. Turquoise. It will start to run out the bottom of the cup. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, I think I will go the gray, the gold. I love doing this. It's always great as an artist to go in a different direction. Get those creative juices to flowing. I wish I would have mixed up some magenta. I think that would be real pretty. Go black. And I think I'll just pour a little orange in the center. A little gold. Okay, I'm letting it set. It's going to be forming cells from the silicone. Always have your work area prepared with the things that you need. Paper towel. Okay, start to see some cells forming and let it just lay flat. I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to, why not, seafoam and blue. Let me kick some blue in there. Okay. And Floetrol. Have to make a pass to Home Depot tomorrow. Get some more Floetrol. Actually, I may not need this. Maybe too much paint on the canvas. But I think what I'll do, go ahead, put a drop of silicone. And we'll see what happens. Stir it until it's the consistency of if you're dipping strawberries. Okay, gonna let it set. Got some nice cells popping up. I want to take them and dump them the second that I put it all together. You can't do that. You cannot rush this. You can't rush these cells. You know, some things you just have to wait on. The cells will get bigger and spread out more. I wish I could move my phone and show you. Anyway, I have new Diva lights. If you're just joining me, I'm Carole Irby-Gray in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, doing poured paintings. I'm an art teacher. I've been teaching realism here for 14 years. I just came back from Slidell, where I was on the board of directors and the publicity chair for Slidell Art League. And I had previously been that year at Louisiana, can't even think of the name of it, Ragge, Louisiana Arts and Artists Guild. They've changed their name. That was many years ago. And I've been a blogger for 225 magazine and a freelance art teacher doing commissions. Okay, I can't stand this anymore. I'm going to pull this up and I'm supposed to drag it. So, it kind of slipped out of my hand there. Okay, put it on the paper and, okay. Kind of looks like mushrooms. Awesome. Okay, so you always want to be very, very careful. Pay attention to what you're doing when you're using any tools. Okay, I've got the Floetrol lid on. I've got ventilation going. And this is going to pop any air bubbles. Got some beautiful cells popping up here. Okay, I don't want to burn the paint. Alrighty. I've been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, but I don't have it. I've been healed from that for many years. I ride 20 and 30 miles on a bicycle at a time, but I do have a hard time turning some things. And I will be sharing my diet and my tidbits about my successful journey back from rheumatoid arthritis. The doctors say, we don't know what you did, kiddo, but just keep doing it. They don't admit that the vegan diet is the reason that I'm doing so well. So they just say, keep doing what you're doing. Okay, here we go. Now what I'm going to do, I have to put my gloves on. This is just gorgeous. I don't know how good you're going to be able to view it. I could move some of these things out of the way here, but I'm just stalling for time now, because the longer you let it sit, the more cells you're going to have. And the cells are this beautiful design. And if you don't let the cells pop up, you'll end up with kind of a stretchy design like mine were in the beginning, and without a real pretty pattern in it. More just like stretchy, looks kind of like graph charts or mountain peaks. But after the beautiful cells and the beautiful design, it looks kind of like a butterfly. Okay, so my video is on 24 minutes. Okay, yeah, the girls are faster than me. Their YouTube videos, they can have one finished at 20 minutes. I'm 24. I did notice the length of the videos, but I don't compare myself with anyone else. I took the time to show you how to mix the paints and the cups and this and the other. Okay, should have pulled my hair back. Should have pulled my hair back. Okay. I didn't see this glove dropped in there. Okey doke. Oh, this is really pretty. As I lift it up, you can see this beautiful design. I think I'm going to tilt to the right because I appear to have more paint to the left. I'm going to move the cups because I don't want to bump into something. I don't want to lose this beautiful design. I don't want to pour it all off. So I'm just going to shift it to cut the canvas covered. We don't have to cover all the black. It's our negative space. Isn't this gorgeous? This cup here was fuller on this end than there. Oh, this is gorgeous. It looks almost like a butterfly. Gotta go slow. Oh, this is so beautiful. Do you get the concept of what I'm doing? I'm going to tilt this way now to get some of the paint to move down here. This is so gorgeous. I don't want all that to flow off. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tilt it to the left. I'm going to reverse my decision there. I'm going to tilt it to the left. And here's why. I can always like, you know, if you're an artist, you know how to improvise. I just poured some blue right there. I'm gonna pour a little bit of persimmon in the center. I'm going to, can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to come around the edge. Just come on up a little bit from that. Yay! Just going to even it out. Going to come on up here. Don't be scared to try new things. It's kind of like when I taught realism and I was teaching portrait class. I told everybody, they would be like, oh, I'm so anxious. I don't know how to draw a stick person. I'm never going to know how to do a tooth or an eyeball or a nostril or lips. That's it. A tooth is no different than a kernel of corn. An eyeball is no different than a gray. You know, really it is, but you get the gist of where I'm coming from this. Okay, it's all in relation to shapes. Blending, tone, perspective. This is just so gorgeous, and I don't want to mess up this pattern. A lot of times I have a lot. Don't have hardly any that's fallen off, and I don't want to keep turning it because I'm going to lose this pattern. It would just pour right off the page. So I'm getting better. So what's happening is, they're becoming beautiful within a few minutes of pouring them. Well, that's the point I was trying to make a while ago, was I told some people, oh my gosh, this looks like a bug on a lily pad. It looks like a frog. I said, when you're painting, taking the portraiture class, don't be discouraged that your first person looks like Miss Piggy. You certainly don't want to paint a friend, or you certainly don't want to paint your mother-in-law or something. Because they're not going to look good. They may. I had a few that looked good to start with. My teacher used to tell me that, that I was good before I even knew that I was good. That's not bragging, is it? That I was good before I knew it was good. But what I'm saying is you don't have anything to compare yourself to. And when you start exhibiting and putting your work in shows and things, you start to compare. Because what happens is, you don't compare like trying to like, okay, how can I explain this? Because I always tell my students to be unique. Don't try to be anybody else. And that's real big on me. That's real big with me. I dress how I want to dress. I am who I am. We're all unique. I paint what I want to paint. I eat what I want to eat. So we make choices in life. So you want to be your unique self. It's kind of like Alex, one of my students that wanted to paint his cat green. He said, can I paint my cat green? I said, sure, you're the artist. Go ahead and paint it green. Well, we didn't know that the judge was going to be judging the show on St. Patrick's Day. And I think Alex won first place on his cat many years ago. And now he's a graduate, probably from LSU. Okay, this is just absolutely beautiful. I just got to leave it alone. I'm sorry that I didn't have to twist it, maneuver it, and do all type of crazy things so you could see how to make it come together. It just kind of came together. Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit of black right here because I see on the side it looks kind of messy right there. So I'm going to touch that up. I'm going to put a little bit of black right here. This is so much fun. It's so relaxing. I will be teaching classes on this. Your paintings are never going to look like mine. Mine are never going to look like yours. Mine doesn't look like anybody that I've been watching on YouTube because everybody's paintings are different. So you don't have to worry about, I always teach and share my information anyway because I'm a teacher. Teachers share. Teachers don't hog their information. Teachers hog their information. They would be the only ones that knew it. Well, this is ridiculous. Teachers like to share. Okay, I'm a teacher at heart. So I will be sharing this, just like I'm sharing right now. I will be teaching classes. And it'll all come together. I don't have a lot of paint on my drop cloth because I didn't pour a lot off. But then the next paintings I paint, I will keep the same drop cloth down there. Okay, everybody, this pretty much wraps it up. I can't turn it up and show it to you because it has to lay flat like that for probably, tonight, tomorrow. I don't know when it is. I always feel like my nose runs when I do this, and it doesn't. I guess it's just me wanting to wipe my nose. Okay. I'll lift it up a little bit so you can see. I'm Carole Irby-Gray, doing a real neat thing with my poured paintings in Baton Rouge. I just started doing them. They'll get better and better. And hopefully I'll have them at the foyer soon. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I have to go and get my painting from my son-in-law, Carole Irby-Gray, with my poured paintings in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.